Ciao classe, mi chiamo Paolo. I just got back from my trip in Italy. It was great. I was in the region of Lazio. Lazio is a very beautiful region, lots of culture, lots of delicious food, lots of great people. Lazio is divided up into five provinces. There's Vertibo, Rome, Latina, Reti, and Frosione. I spent most of my time in Rome and Latina. And also there's a sovereign state or country, as you would guess you'd call it there, but I'll get to that later. While I stayed in Rome, I stayed at the Hotel Artemide, best hotel that they have in Rome to offer. Um, I loved it. They had a great spa, nice massage, but I spent most of my time, traveling and walking around, experiencing the culture, not really staying in my room. But there, I got to see the Colosseum, which was built in 80 AD and was housed for entertainment back in the Roman Empire. Back then, they liked blood and guts and gore, so a lot of times there was gladiator battles, and they would fight wild animals, and a lot of people would die. Cool place, a lot of history. I'm a history buff, so I enjoyed it a lot. And then after that, I went to see the Pantheon, built in 115 to 124 AD. It was a temple for the pagan gods, and today some people even worship the pagan gods, and they still come there to experience it. But for the most part, people just experience it to see part of that Roman culture that still survives today. Um, I loved it. History buff. It was cool just to see that those back in the day they made such beautiful infrastructures. Um, and last but not least, while I was in Rome, I visited the Vatican City. Me being Catholic, it was amazing to see it. That's like the Mecca or the stronghold or the Holy Land, whatever you want to call it, for Catholicism. Um, while I was there, it was actually cool. I got to see the Pope. Um, he gave me a high five. Didn't really get a talk, but he was on his way to I don't who knows where, but it was cool. I got to see him. Um, I'm trying to think, what else did I see in Vatican City? Well, also, okay. While I was in the Vatican, I got to see St. Peter's Basilica, one of the original churches that's in the Vatican City. Um, what can I say? That it was. That's just breathtaking to see that. The artwork and the infrastructure as a whole is just amazing. Um, I would strongly suggest everyone to go see that. But after I finished up my day of travels, I decided to treat myself to a nice dinner, and I went to Ovino, which is a pasta shop, and right outside the main hub of Rome. Their main dish is the ravioli, and so I tried a whole bunch of different kinds of it, and I did not regret it. After that, I traveled to Tivoli, where I stayed at Idria Hotel, which a lot smaller and more of a bed and breakfast type of feel place, and it was great. Um, Spent a couple days there as well. Traveled, met the people, went to a couple markets, and there I traveled down to Latina, which is more towards the coast. And there I got to try some of the seafood down there, and the seafood is just delicious. It's very fresh. Actually, I went to went to a restaurant called Tervina Quintilla, which is a very nice restaurant down there, known for their seafood. I tried some calamari, shrimp, swordfish, which was delicious, and I loved it. Um, while I was there, some of the locals told me that maybe I should go see the Palamorola, um, which is a island right next to Ponza, and that was worth the trip. I mean, it took a little bit to get out there because it's a couple miles out past the mainland, but the water is so clear and so just beautiful. I mean, you can see down for a while. And the island itself was very beautiful, very kind of rocky, but still overall worth the trip, and it was beautiful. But that was the kind of the highlights of my trip. I hope you guys can experience Lazio like I did, and even more. After this, I'm going to show you some of the photos that I took while I was there, and I appreciate your time.